Cricket from the Coat Hangers, and you're listening to Drop the Mic.
A few weeks ago, I met Emily, this wonderful, elegant person. Our sons brought us together, actually.
Come here, little dude.
Can me and Miles have a play date today?
You drink? Does your kid drink? Maybe? I mean, it's never too early to start teaching
I
them.
think you're joking, but great.
J'adore mon poisson rouge.
Every time we do this, I feel so high tone.
You want to trade confessions?
No.
Come on. What's the wildest thing you've ever done?
She is an enigma, my wife. You can get closer, you can never quite reach her. She's like a beautiful ghost.
Did you just take my picture?
Erase it. I guess I'm probably not the kind of person you're normally friends with.
Oh, you do not want to be friends with me. Trust me. Stephanie, I need your help.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, but I do need just a simple favor. Can you come over?
Yeah. 5 days ago, Emily went missing.
I'll warn you, you go poking around in her past, you're gonna find something that is terrifying. She was not a normal person like you or me. I've never seen such a beautiful girl want to be so invisible.
I smell her, Sean. I smell her perfume like a ghost.
Yeah, it's just you being paranoid.
I saw my mom. She told me to say hi to Stephanie.
Were you aware that he took out an extra $4 million life insurance policy on Emily before she disappeared?
People do terrible things for their own reasons.
He thought you knew more than you were letting on.
I want to know your secret.
Quand j'étais petite, je me taisais comme une fleur.
Welcome back to our San Diego podcast. This is episode 197, The Beautiful Ghost. We are your host for the evening. First up, we have Diego Luna.
What's up?
James Warney.
Hey, what's going on?
DJ Anaris.
Hello, everybody.
And finally, Wesley Swanson. This show, we are going to discuss the dark and brooding murder mystery that is A Simple Favor, which is streaming on Hulu currently. So if you have yet to see it, we strongly recommend checking it out before you listen to the discussion ahead of the show. Furthermore, we have some fun warm-up segments ahead if you want to jump into the news, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And now for a special news report. Brought to you by Drop the Mic.
All right, James, kick us off.
All right. So some interesting news that I thought should be shared. Looks like Tom Holland's Spider-Man 3 that is currently being filmed right now. It looks like there's a rumor going around that they are casting a live-action Miles Morales. And I don't know how this is going to reflect well with film because he's still relatively young in the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Typically, with Miles Morales is usually the age that Tom Holland is playing right now. And Peter Parker is usually, in his mid-20s, kind of as a mentor figure. But I can see it working if they use a younger actor to play Miles Morales and kind of have him grow into that role or kind of even just set the groundwork for him. Yeah. I'm not too sure if this is going to happen or not, just a rumor right now. But what do you guys think about that?
I think they're getting ready to let go of Tom Holland so he can do his Nathan Drake thing. You know what I mean? They're going to set it up and bring in Miles Morales. It's about time because they already released the game and everyone's already hyped about that. So, the hype train is going good for still some Spider-Man.
It's going to be interesting because and this is coming from a point of view where Tobey Maguire is my Spider-Man. Yes, I said it out loud. But Tom Holland, really, I felt he was Peter Parker. I'll say that. I really did. I think he played the character really well. If this is Sony trying to replace him, I mean, it could go two ways. It could go sour, or it could be a good match. But I mean, we won't know until we actually see, or this rumor actually comes into fruition, which is still in the air, right?
Keep that in mind, yeah. That it is currently just a rumor, so it's not facts yet. So,
which is interesting, but cool. That's nice.
Yeah. Wes, do you think introducing Miles so early in this Spider-Man's franchise is going to pay off, or do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah, yeah, I like Miles Morales. I agree with Tiny where I think that they want to bring him out now because everybody's on the hype train of course, the Spider-Verse and then the Miles Morales game coming out. And like he was saying, Tom Holland's probably, maybe not right away, but he's probably going to wind down his, as Spider-Man. So it'd be a great way to kind of pass the torch to Miles,
Yeah, I can see it. But yeah, I think it's from what I would say they probably introduce him here in this just as Miles Morales, nothing special. But give Tom Holland maybe 2 more movies or 2 more cameos in movies, so that way it's kind of broken down into the next 4 or 5 years of cameos, and then give him a way out. Maybe he wants to retire as Spider-Man and live his life when he's going to college, and that's how we get that introduction or that reintroduction to Miles again after they've already laid the groundwork in this one. But I don't know. That's just my theory.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if I was them, that's how I would do it. Some more rumors that I picked up on that Alfred Molina, I think that's the actor's name. He's the guy who played Doc Ock in the Tobey Maguire verse of Spider-Man. It's like he might be coming back as Dr. Octopus.
Oh wow!
This it would kind of make sense because they're pulling all these old villains from, like, Jamie Foxx is reported to be reportedly coming into the Spider-Verse again as Electro, and it would only make sense for Doc Ock to come back. But he did, if he did die at the end, unless he didn't, and because we just see him floating down to the bottom with his machine. I mean, it'd be cool to see him come back. He was a good Doc Ock.
I was gonna say he does play a good Doc Ock, but that's from the Sam Raimi universe, dude. So it's like, I don't know. Like, it's just people are saying they should stray away from the Sam Raimi, and he might just do some cameo that would probably be upset about, or I don't know. Like, it depends. If they bring him back, dude, they have to do him like harder than ever, dude, because he was pretty good in Dark in Sam Raimi universe. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just gonna be. That's a crazy rumor right now too, because that's the one I caught on. There's a lot of Spider-Man rumors right now. Everyone's just throwing everything in the air when it comes to Spider-Man right now.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure everyone listening, heard me when I said both these are both rumors, so it's nothing's set in stone yet. But it is interesting to see these come out, and I mean there has to be some type of reasoning for these rumors to be coming out. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Real quick. I just want to say, Spider-Man 2 is like the best fucking Spider-Man in that trilogy. The Doc Ock.
Definitely.
Yes. I would say that.
Go ahead. Carry on, James.
All right. So I guess there's some hype going around Sebastian Stan. I don't know if you know who that actor is. He plays Winter Soldier in the MCU. There's
Bucky?
Bucky. There's some mock-up artwork of him as Luke Skywalker. It's building some hype as him as Luke Skywalker. They do look very similar if you put their faces right next to each other at a young age. So it is possible for this to be happening. Right now, it's just a fan art, and sometimes these fan art things, they do get so much hype that a company like Disney might take heed of this and be like, hey, this is a good idea. I'm not sure they would give whoever came up with the artwork their credit, but it's a rumor right now, and I guess it's supposed to be taking place during the time of episode. What is it? From in between episode 3 and episode 4. So him, I guess, being alone on Tatooine. Or no. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure where they're going with this. I'm thinking of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but they are still doing that. But I think it's taking place after episode. Before the newest ones. I don't even remember what episode they're on. But you know how he disappears and then Rey ends up finding him on that planet, the island or whatever.
Yes.
But in between that time right there, kind of him being secluded and at the old Jedi temple.
Between 6 and 7?
Yeah, 6 and 7. There you go. Brain fart. What are you guys thoughts on that? If this does happen, would you want to see it, or are you kind of over the Skywalker universe?
Yeah.
Would they do it having said that it was over? At least not so soon, I would think, right?
That's the thing where I know they had mentioned that, you know, after these last ones, they're done with that universe and they're kind of going to go their own direction
or at least the story arc of the Skywalkers, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's completely done. To me, honestly, I don't think there's a need for that. It's kind of just a filler movie or series if they did do it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that would be a loophole if they wanted to do maybe a series like The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I could see that, but not a movie.
Yeah, I think it would be better as a series than a movie, definitely, because there's so much backstory there that we didn't get from on episode 6, episode 7, The Force Awakens. Like we didn't get a lot of backstory on Rey or a lot of these characters, you know. So it'd be interesting, and I mean, it isn't. A lot of people get mad at this, but like, I mean, The Mandalorian, the reason why it's so popular is because it doesn't involve a lot of the Jedi thing, and it's a whole different. It's a whole different character, you know, a whole different universe. It feels like a whole different universe, but it's still in the Star Wars lore. But I enjoy it. I kind of enjoy it more than some of the Star Wars stuff that's come out, you know.
Oh yeah, true.
But that, needless to say, I would be totally interested in a Luke Skywalker in between story. That would be hella dope. I think that would make Disney would make Disney so much money.
Oh yeah, I mean, the Star Wars fans will watch it regardless, even if they're tired of you know, the Skywalker stuff. But
I mean, Skywalker was fucking Darth Vader, dude, and that's been their fucking like mascot, and for like forever, dude. So Skywalker will never be done with, dude. That I don't know why they wanted to end it in that fashion, but I think it's never over for the Skywalkers, dude. That name itself is like legendary within Star Wars itself. And I agree with Diego that they're kind of cutting out the Jedi stuff, but you know, Mandalorian's been doing awesome. But you know what they're doing to Mandalorian right now? They want them to do as much as possible. They're trying to bring in like the Clone Wars, like the like I know they brought some of the like some of the troopers and shit from the Clone Wars like animated series.
Yeah,
the Mandalorian. And it's kind of some people are saying like it's good, but then if they do too much right now, then it's gonna start overloading, and then it's just gonna be they're gonna mess up just like the what you call it, the main the last sagas that we were seeing. But like with this series that you're saying, it could fill up the gaps. It could get all those weird shit that we're still don't know about out, and I think that's good. It could be a good thing.
And if that was their whole plan the whole time, how genius are they? Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if it turns out good, they look like geniuses and we look like dumbasses. But
for believing them in the first place. Yeah.